at Walker Natatorium with Alamo Heights versus Johnson High School, and this was October 31st, 2020. In lane 1, we have Jack Weibel, lane 3, Gray Woodson, lane 5, Dalton Good, and lane 7, Carson Oker. It's not going to be easy to talk about the guys further away from the camera, but we'll do our best. I really want to talk about the starts and the turns. I think that's the most evident thing because of the quality of the video. This is right before the referee asked them to step up with the long tweet. I like how Jack and Gray have their foot already up on the block. That's a good position to be ready. Waiting, so we run the video. You see that they step up. Now, most evident to me right now is this guy in lane 4. He's from Johnson. That's Aiden Nichols, and Aiden is already in the ready position. I mean, when the referee says take your mark, he only has to go a very short distance to get his hands in place, and that's important. You'll see later. Go again. All right, so this guy in lane 4, Aiden, is very relaxed. He just goes down and grabs the block. We're going to have some movement here from Carson, so they ask us to stand up. And as that happens, they stand up, except for 2 people. One is Jack and one is Aiden. So watch this. There's our movement. Stand up. They don't go very far right here. They stay there. All right, that's a nice thing to do just because you're already ready to go again. I want you to pay attention to Gray when she says take your mark. He pulls back, and 2 things happen. One, he puts a lot of stress on his muscles, and he's not going to be relaxed. A relaxed muscle is going to react much faster. Second, when you pull back like that, sometimes you're pulling forward and you move and you get DQ'd, which is what happened. So pay attention to that and compare it to lane 4. All right, so we're in the water. I'll show you that lane 4 had a quicker reaction time, and you'll be able to see it right here. All right, so his hands, there's a good reaction time down there. But let's see, Jack is way up high. Look how high that is, and look how high Gray is. The guy that eventually wins it is in the water pretty much first, although there looks like a bit of a splash down here. As we see, though, his streamline is really good. There's a good streamline there. Got a good streamline there. I think our head's a little low there. Hard to tell if Jack gets his hands together at that point. In the water. Now, our next thing is to watch who comes up first and who comes up last as far as distance down the pool. Boom. So our winner here off the start with very little effort is already half a body length ahead of closest competitor. His first stroke is right here. Gray has already swam 2 or 3 strokes. Jack is just now coming up, but his reaction time and the fact that he went up really high puts him at a disadvantage. Now let's see how it's really exasperated on the turn. Before we get there, you'll notice that Gray is not that far behind this guy who is going to get to the wall faster. It's just, and therefore Gray is not swimming slower. His start was just slower. As we come off the wall, Aiden has a really good streamline, which is obvious. He goes well past this mark right here, which is the long blue line, before he pops up. Gray will be swimming really fast or quickly. He's up and swimming quickly, which means that he didn't use all of that push. He certainly didn't use any dolphin kicks. If he did, they weren't as successful as they could have been. He's already up swimming, and notice now, after that turn, instead of a half a body length, he's a whole body length behind. Okay? So as we keep swimming, he maintains that distance. He's right on his feet, not getting any further behind. He's swimming just as fast. But let's see what happens after the turn. All right, now, he was a body length. He's now 2 body lengths behind. And it simply just turns. And that's the whole thing for this race, in that the 50 and the 100 free, well, any race, it's all about the turns.